Animal TTC here with a Beckett grading mail day. I sent in a couple cards roughly 3 weeks ago, something like that. Just got them back today. I wasn't expecting them until Tuesday actually, but UPS pulled through and got them to me today, so that was really cool. The first two are actually not graded. They weren't worth the grade. I knew they weren't going to do real well, but I did want to get them in that BGS case. So essentially, I just got them authenticated. First up is a Top Sterling Cut Signatures Mike Webster 1/1. It was the first 1/1 I actually ended up buying Steelers related. I don't think I showed it off before because it was off being graded or authenticated. Really nice card. Really happy with it. Don't ever plan on getting rid of it. Just think it's really cool. The other one is a 2005 Leaf Limited Material Monikers Lambert Green /50. On front here you see a Jersey Lambert auto, and on the back a Joe Green Jersey auto. I really like this card. I really wish I could have, comfortably send it in for grading, but I just didn't think it was going to come back with anything real solid. So, but it is one of my favorite cards. Two of my favorite players from the old days. One card, both auto, both jersey, just awesome. Now to the grading. First up, I've got an Antonio Brown out of SP Authentic, rookie signatures. I really like these cards. It's an on-card auto, which is nice. Kind of high numbered at $5.99, but that's alright. It's standardly SP Authentic for you. Didn't really get me the grade I was hoping for. Usually I'm looking for a 9.5 on a card like this. Only got a 9. But I guess 9 is my cutoff. That's what I consider suitable, so I'll live with it. 10 on the auto. And this is a John Stallworth Hines Ward dual auto out of 25. I really like this card just because, two great retired receivers now of the organization. Got a 9 on the auto, which is pretty much standard with anything sticker related for John Stallworth because the guy just can't keep it within the lines. Must have missed that grade school lesson. So, but as far as from what I've seen, actually pretty good for him. Then I've got another Jack Lambert jersey auto out of NFL Icons, Absolute Materials. I got a 9 on that with a 10 auto. And this one's numbered to 25. This has got to be the biggest upset for this particular grading thing. You can see there he got a 9.5, a 9.5, another 9.5, and then corners, which continuously drag me down. I got an 8.5, which is why it was brought down to a 9, because Beckett pretty much has a rule. You can't get 0.5 better or higher than 0.5 than your lowest grade on the overall grade, with the exception of some really rare moments where the rest of the grades are apparently just that high that it warrants allowing it to be bumped up past that 0.5. But, honestly, when I sent it in, I didn't expect much more than a 9. I had gotten a really good deal on it. That's why I bought this card to begin with. And I got a 10 auto, so I'm okay with that. Now, this isn't a football player. Some of you might know who he is. Some of you might not. But I guarantee you all know his work. This is Stan the Man Lee. He's responsible for some of the greats of Marvel Comics. Iron Man, Fantastic Four, X-Men, Spider-Man, so on and so forth. I'm a big comic book fan too, so I just had to pick this up when I saw it on eBay. And it looked really nice, so I figured, hey, I'll send it in for grading. Why not? Looks like it was a pretty good decision. Got a 9.5 on it with a 10 auto. And then I've got another 9.5 Joe Green jersey auto, which is really nice. My other one actually got a 9 on the auto. This one actually got a 10, so that's really cool. It's kind of an upgrade. Not that I'm looking to get rid of either one of them. National Treasures, a couple years back I would have told you it was a garbage product and, people way overpaid for it, but the last 2 to 3 years they've been doing a really good job with their cards. Nice design, and there's, not as many QC problems. People who are not familiar with that, that's basically like, the chippings that are happening, warping to the cards, stuff like that. Basically, they're not putting out an already damaged product before it's even opened, which they kind of had an issue with when they originally came out, from what I had seen. So I definitely picked this one up, got it from a local card shop guy. He just called me up, said, hey, I've got a Joe Green you might be interested in. And, I definitely had to swing and pick it up. Alright, now I normally don't do this, but I feel this card is worthy. I'm going to do a slow roll here. Just so thrilled about this. This was another local card shop pickup. Actually got a call during supper from the owner, and he said, you should come down here. There's a guy who's busting open some National Treasure, and he got a pretty good auto that you're definitely going to be interested in. So, got down there as quick as I could, saw the card, had to have it, picked it up that day. Really happy about it, sent it out right away to get graded, and it came back just beautiful. You can't ask for much more than 9.5. 10s are just like nigh impossible to get. So, 9.5 is what you're really looking for, realistically, I guess. Obviously, we're all looking for the 10. It's just, let's be real. Anyway, onto the card. So, it's out of National Treasures. We've got the Colossal patch here. Safety, 43. Troy Polamalu. He's one of my favorite current players. I love this guy. He just is the heart and soul of the team, in my opinion. And I'm really disappointed when he retires. This here is numbered out of 10. There's a couple National Treasures out there where it's Pro Bowl jersey versus game used jersey. This is actually the game used one. I do have the regular unsigned Pro Bowl one too, but I definitely would, I prefer game used versus Pro Bowl used. And the auto got a 10. Which, his auto with the sticker can kind of get out of hand here and there. It's not real rare to find them, complete, but at the same time, you got to do some hunting. I think what I really liked about this was, this was pulled locally. I was able to get it locally. Wasn't scouring eBay and stuff like that trying to find it. I mean, I probably would have never bought it, had it not been local. But I love this card. This is major mojo in my opinion. I don't really throw that word around a lot, but this card is amazing. Troy doesn't sign a whole lot, and to get a current signature along with a jersey piece is just amazing. Low numbered, and the grade is just, it speaks for itself. It's an amazing card. Definitely going to be a top 5 for me, and it's probably going to stay there forever. Anyway, last video I'd shown you this card here, the 1/1 Lynn Swan with the victory inscription. I'd mentioned that I was getting another 1/1 masterpiece, and I considered it kind of a bookend. And the reason that was because this has the inscription of peace. So there's that. That's from the 2011 Leaf Cut Signature Executive Collection masterpiece. So I went from having, not a whole lot of Lynn Swan autographs to adding 2 1/1s to the collection. So I'm pretty pumped about that. There's actually yet another one out of the 2011 Leaf Cut Signatures, 1/1, and it's a Lynn Swan Chuck Noll duel. I'd like to pick it up, but I think the guy's asking for a little bit too much now. I mean, it is a 1/1. It is 2 excellent signatures. but 400's a little steep, just considering that Leaf is not a premium product for a lot of people. But you know what? I'll wait it out. Maybe it sells, maybe it doesn't, and he drops the price, and I'll be interested. Who knows? But either way, I've got these two, and I'm really happy with them. I definitely like my new one a little better. The Lynn Swan Auto itself is a little bit more familiar with what he normally puts. This Victory one over there, I recognize it. I can tell it's a Lynn Swan, but it just doesn't have the, the elegance of his normal signature. This looks like it was kind of a rush thing, and whereas this one's a little bit more like his traditional one, put a little effort into it, which is one of the reasons I love Lynn Swan's autograph. It's been consistent over the ages. He's made slight variations to it, which is completely understandable. When he first started signing, he would take a lot of time, and I have autographs of him that he does this, but the S, it was a separate thing. He'd put a couple lines in there to kind of show the feathers of the swan, and dot a little eye there in the upper loop, and put a little bill on it, and really make it look like a swan. But I'm sure as time got by, he kind of just worked it in where he lost the bill, lost the eye, and didn't draw in the the little lines there for the feathers. He just actually worked in the rest of his name into it and went out from there. Still an excellent looking auto. One of my favorites, from the Steelers. So I'm pleased with that. So a pretty good Beckett grading day today. Everything came back at least a 9, which is what I'm looking for. I don't get my cards graded to turn around and resell them, or up their value a ton or anything like that. I have done it before with some other cards. I pulled the Sam Bradford Playoff Contenders rookie auto. I sent that into just because it looked excellent, and got a 9.5 on it and turned around and sold it. Didn't have any real interest in that. But when it comes to my Steelers stuff, it's all about just the protection that the Beckett casing offers, which is really awesome. So why not get it done? And you get the 9s and you're happy with it. And if you recognize that the card's going to get something lower than that, and you're not really looking for it, you get that authenticated thing. One, it's cheaper, and you still get that same protection. The only thing I don't like about it is actually this funky blue that they use right there. It's kind of like a metallic blue. I don't know. It's kind of an eyesore in my opinion. But it is better than the if you get a I don't remember what they call it. It's the cheaper BGS thing. They usually use it for older cards and stuff like that. It's like a white paper with some red in there that I think says like Beckett or something like that. It just looks god awful, compared to the nice silver and gold that they use standardly. I don't know why they couldn't have just used like a nice, sheen white, to go below an 8. But apparently they were like, this grade is so bad that we're not even going to give you quality paper, which seems a little ridiculous since, you still pay the same amount for it. But, overall, good mail day. Really happy with it. I guess I'll stop chatting at you randomly now. I'm getting to like the 14-minute mark on this video, so PM me with any comments. Always happy to hear what you guys have to say about my cards and picks-ups and stuff like that. With that Sage Roethlisberger, I wouldn't be opposed to parting with that. I do have 3 total Roethlisberger autograph rookie cards, and 2 of those are a 9 and one's a 9.5. So this one was just a cheap pickup, and I figured, what the hey, we'll see what happens, and maybe we'll get something special out of it with a 9.5 or something like that. So close. All right.